We're at a picnic area called Halfway. It's surprisingly halfway up Oak Creek. What Halfway has is a very curious relationship along the Oak Creek Fault. All of this country, the Mogollon Rim, the Mogollon Escarpment, all of these red rocks of Oak Creek, they're all basically part of the Colorado Plateau, and so they're nearly all flat lying. But if you look at the rocks behind me, those are definitely not flat lying rocks. And you say, well, okay, we're close to the Oak Creek Fault. The Oak Creek Fault is only 50 meters in that direction there. Here's a sketch that tries to illustrate the relationships along the Oak Creek Fault. On the west side of the fault, you have the whole upper Paleozoic section. You have the Supai, you have the Coconino, and you have the Kaibab, all Permian units, this part of it. And then there's basalt sitting on top. On the east side of the fault, you only have the Supai and the basal part of the Coconino. You're missing the upper Coconino and you're missing the Kaibab below the basalts. But the basalts are lower on this side, so you would say this side of the fault clearly has moved down. The east side is down dropped. And in that kind of a scenario, if this side's moving down, you would expect these rocks to be dragged down this way as this block moved past it. But the rocks behind me dipped the wrong way for that model. And so an interpretation that makes a lot of sense in here is you originally had this side up. As you uplifted the east side, you formed an east to west facing monocline, and then you eroded the Paleozoic rocks that had been uplifted on the east side of the fault. You then put the basalts across the whole thing and then down dropped the east side later. And so in this model, the Oak Creek Fault has two episodes of motion. It has an earlier east side up associated with a monocline. All the monoclines on the Colorado Plateau are Laramide in age. They're late Cretaceous, early Tertiary. And so you have an early Laramide monocline in here, and then that got reactivated, the fault did, and down dropped the side that had previously been uplifted. And that's how you explain the fact that the upper Paleozoic rocks are missing off the east side. That side had gotten uplifted, and you stripped those rocks off the top, and then later on you reactivated the fault. Many of the faults in the Colorado Plateau that started life as monoclines get reactivated by later motion.